Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. So, talked about another video. Had to move these water tanks because they're on those poles, and I got to move the poles to add on to the chicken pen. So there goes 550 gallons of water. As you can tell, it's been draining for a few minutes. I went inside and got my phone and come back out. It's going to take a little while for them to drain out, but it's the only way I can move them. Nobody's moving 6,000 pounds worth of water in tanks without some pretty strong equipment. So this is the only way one man can do it. Let the water hit the ground, and you see it's making it to the chicken pen. They're waiting on it just so they can scratch in water. Strange creatures, but anyway. Drain those tanks, get them moved, and see if I can get these poles moved out of the way so that I can hopefully get started on this other side of the chicken pen pretty soon. Look at them. They just can't stand it. Waiting. The water's right there at the edge of the fence, and they're just... it's probably still 300 gallons, or 150 maybe, gallons left to come around this way. They are a mess, but when they're distracted, the teenagers have a chance to come out and scratch and mess around. So and I'm going to time it when I fill those tanks back up, and see how long it actually takes with a short hose from the faucet right there at the well, because I get the most pressure right there, highest water volume. So we're going to see. But the water's made it into the pen, and they're going to scratch and play in it. But either way, had two babies that didn't make it yesterday. When I got home, it was late. So I guess we're down 18 or 19, something like that total. Either way, when these things get through draining, I am going to try to get them moved and see if I can get these poles moved so I can start at least getting ready for the addition on this side of the chicken pen. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. Be back in a little while. But I let them out. Teenagers are down. I have not collected the eggs yet today. Well, there's 4 in there, so there may be another one by the end of the day. I know water needs dumping. Hang on a second. There we go. Get them some fresh water in it. And the teenagers are eating. The adults are going after what I dumped out here earlier for them. Let's check on the babies, see if we lost any overnight. I hope not. Alright, here's one at the feeder. The water still looks good. That's a little dirty. I'll dump it later. So, no dead ones today. Really, really good. I'll tell you, that little hen, 6 weeks old, is taking care of these babies. And she's protective too. She'll run up to you if you go to grab one of them. I tell you to leave them alone. Looking to make sure, because I didn't count. Yep, I counted 18 plus her, so there's 19 over here. And still got the 10 on the old pen over here. So I'm going to get out, let them finish scratching. Alright, I got those tanks moved, and this will come after the filling process of one of them. I put it in time lapse, so you doesn't do sound in time lapse, but they're full. I'm not going to leave them empty. I don't know if you can see that, but the water line's way up top. So they're both full. They're rated for 275, so I know it's at least that much. And I got a few of these poles rolled and moved. But what I've decided after the fact is those shorter ones there that I'd gotten for somebody else would be good to put over here and put those tanks on. But even a 10-footer like that or whatever is too much for me to pick up and move by myself, and since my backhoe's at my brother's farm and doesn't want to work right, and my tractor's messed up and it wouldn't do nothing but drag them anyway, it don't have any way to pick it up. I'd like to get the poles I want to use for my water tower over on this back side, which would be the 5 longest poles. So you see there's 3 more that are pretty long there that I want to get moved with this one and this one back there, and that's the 5 for my water tower, and all the shorter ones can be used for other projects. But I was thinking I'd like to get them stacked up over here where I put the tanks, and at least get them off the ground a little bit. But I don't guess it's necessary. I mean, I've treated that water. It's got the proper amount of chlorine in it to keep it from getting stale and algae growth and stuff in it. So I really don't want to have to drain that again and then move them and put the poles there and all that, especially by myself anyway. So biggest thing would be to start moving these poles, and them long ones right there, there's one that's 30 feet at least. I can't move that thing by myself. I can't even hardly roll it, which I was tired yesterday when I was trying. I done wore myself out moving these other 3 and then tanks and all. So, but this one, you see my foot on, and this one and the one across the top are the 3 longest, and they need to go with those other 2, and that'll be the water tower that I want to build. But I got to get them moved, because those three that I left to move are the ones that are in the way of building the chicken pen. And also adding on to the chicken run, which really needs to happen. They need more room to run and scratch. And I've thought about letting them loose, but there's so many stray cats that run around. I feed a couple of them, and the neighbors' dogs come over, and they've got chickens, but you know, I don't want to lose them, at least not till I get a much larger flock. So I'm thinking of fencing in from this back corner of the add-on all the way across here where all these poles are and back down. Give them a whole lot more room to scratch. And because I'm going to need it when the babies get big. Anyway, that was my first time trying to do a time lapse. And I wasn't sure if it would record audio and talk, you know, let me talk or not. So when I got finished with the time lapse on that first tank, I went in and listened to it, and no, it don't do anything but play video. So it turned 45 minutes into 10 minutes on time lapse, which is not bad. And I'll probably cut that down a little bit. When I go in there and edit and make the video all one. And I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to play some music while it's in the time-lapse mode. But either way, you'll see old Sparky, if y'all can zoom in right there in the center of the screen. He's laying on his porch, just chilling out in the hottest part of the day, which today's high is like 93 or 94. Much, much, much cooler than what it's been being for the last week or week and a half. Humidity's still pretty high, but yes, man, it feels 20 degrees cooler than it has been this last week. So it ain't as bad as it was. But either way, I've washed his water container and filled it up, and his feeder's full. He seems to like this food I got more than he did the last one. But what I want to do, when I get all this done, I've got those rain catchment barrels over there. Need a little attention on them, but either way I can fix them where they'll catch water off the chicken pens, and then I want it to use that water to water the fruit trees and all that stuff. And I'm not going to be drinking, and I'm storing my own drinking water, so lots left to do. And I know I'm just kind of dragging out. I apologize, but guys, I hope you enjoy the videos I make for you. Enjoy the content, and if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel and help me grow. It really means a lot to me. And hitting that like button lets the algorithm of YouTube know that you like the content, and it will suggest it to more people that watch the same type of videos that you watch. So that's how it helps me grow. So if y'all haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button and smash the like button, and I do appreciate y'all. Y'all remembered two things I always tell you is Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe, be prepared.